Going live. Oh, you
Oh,
are.
here we are. I'm going live. It's me. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. I should have counted you down.
I know, right? You usually do. 3, 2,
I
1.
usually do, but y'all were talking. So I'm like, I'm just going to
I'm
Three,
gonna
two,
fund my
one.
watch book party. Good Monday morning, everyone. We hope you guys had a good, relaxing weekend this morning or this
This
weekend.
weekend. Did you have a nice weekend, Tina?
I did.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. Well, welcome, Zondra. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited as always.
And Colleen, we're excited to have you here. How you doing today?
Good, Angel. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So right before Tina was teaching me all about Pinterest. Any of you girls do Pinterest?
8 years ago, like you.
I know. I pulled mine up. It says 8 years ago, like I did this board. I'm like, oh, it's been a little while. Tina,
I'm going to
is
show
a
you guys
Pinterest
my ways.
rock star. She is a Pinterest rock star. On Friday, she was showing me her Pinterest. She's like, Angel, I think I should do something with this because I have 46,000
Monthly viewers.
monthly impressions. I'm like, well, that's nothing to shake a stick at, right?
I know,
Yeah, you
right?
can do something with that.
So
And this
on
morning-
Saturday, I got a glass of wine. I got my computer. I was laying in bed watching Grey's Anatomy. I told myself I was going to just relax all weekend. So I'm sitting there, binge watching Grey's. I've already watched it, but I'm, been watching it again because, what else we can do. And I'm just playing around with it, adding boards and adding pins and adding my little blogs on there and going back to my website. And now I'm at 61,000.
She went up 15 grand, 15,000 people over the weekend.
Right? In like a day.
I'm impressed.
Really?
I'm impressed. So yeah, so she was asking, she's like, do you have Pinterest on your phone? Well, apparently I used to, but I hadn't used it in so long. I had to reinstall the app this morning.
So I started taking like all my blogs and like reposting them on my Facebook, and
you do have really pretty pictures.
There's
Tina.
so much you can do. And
So
when
can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? When you say you're doing that with when your views or whatever on Pinterest went up, it's your content or you're just reposting other stuff, or it's your content?
It's both. So Saturday, I told Angel, I was like, well, a lot of them I repost. There's some of them that are mine, but a lot of them I just repost because I have such good fashion sense.
Oh. Yeah, that's great.
So I have a lot of people who follow my decorating ideas or my fashion ideas or whatever. And I've been doing this for like 10 years. And so Saturday I was like, I need to do something like for myself. So I started getting all this stuff off my blog and then putting it on Pinterest, and then, vice versa, and making them go back and my course and all these things. And I woke up and it was 15 more, and I'm like, oh,
Wow. I'm impressed.
Really
Okay,
awesome.
you're gonna have to do a little Pinterest course for all of us,
right?
Tina.
And then Friday, so Bliss by the Lake Boutique in Lake Norman, North Carolina is one of our clothing sponsors. So on Friday, I went and picked up our clothes.
She went shopping.
I was shopping for
Oh.
you. I shopped for you, Angel. So you have some amazing little cute dresses coming. So we're going to be wearing them on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We're going to be wearing them on the Connect Summit when we're on stages speaking. So I got this cute.
Do you want to show like one of the dresses? I know this is.
So I got this cute little shirt. Look at the neckline. And then I got this little wrap.
Very pretty.
And it's
very pretty.
It's all on Bliss by the Bliss Boutique. And so Angel, you're going to die. These little cute dresses.
Oh, I
Angel.
love that.
Isn't
I love
it
that.
cute?
A lot of them. So they're going to be very cute. So it's Bliss by the Lake Boutique here in Lake Norman, North Carolina. You can go see Charlotte.
Clothing sponsor. We have Zondra, who is our executive producer, digital streaming sponsor for the morning show here today. I almost said my old name of my old morning show. That's so funny. Like it just almost came out.
It just
like,
automatic. It just was just an automatic.
Okay, so y'all are entrepreneurs, right? All of you, right? Run your own business. Does your family know what you do? The reason I ask is my parents were over this weekend. My parents live in Florida. they are here in Denver visiting. And so they came over yesterday.
Did you show them your office?
I showed them my office, and they're like super, super impressed, right? You know, with all the stuff that we're doing during the pandemic. But my mom says to me, she's like, so what do you do?
But she's heard you speak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And she still doesn't know?
No. She knows I talk about it. So apparently she was having a conversation with somebody who asked about her kids. And she's like, well, I know what 2 of them do, but I don't really know what Angel does. And it's something about helping small businesses. And apparently this person asked her, well, has she ever run a small business?
No.
And my mom's like, well, she talks about it. I've run my own business for 15 years, right? I've been a small business owner. But apparently,
does she know that you're an author of 11 best-selling books?
Yeah, but you know.
But that's just nothing?
Yeah, no, that's not a business. No,
Okay.
That's just me talking about business.
Okay.
Hosted, right, my own radio show for 10 years, right? That's just talking about business. Yeah, I talk about it.
So you don't really work.
But I don't actually do anything. And she's like, oh yeah, no, Angel doesn't run a small business. I'm like, sole breadwinner at the household, like, but no.
Mom, you see all this? This is all from me.
This is what I do. She's like, what do you do?
Yeah, my mom and dad, well, I mean, I don't talk to them anymore, but my mom and dad do not know what I do. They, like, my sister's a nurse, so they always say, well, Sarah's a nurse and da-da-da, and Tina, she's just a great person. I'm like, you know, I've ran my own company since I was 21 years old.
Right. Yeah, but no. Now my husband, because he did fire alarm security system, yeah, Jay had a business.
Oh, he's really up there, right?
Yeah. But not me. Like, apparently this don't count.
Your 11 best-selling author books do not count at all because, you know, they're just talking.
Right. I have staff. I have health
Mom, you
insurance.
see my big logo in the back here? You know, I have my own morning show. I
have clients.
Well, I mean, you can't have that many. I mean, because you're not really doing anything.
I don't do anything. And especially now that I sit in this chair,
and you're working
less.
From home?
Yeah, even less.
And you're making all this money and they pay you for this?
Yeah, the first time she ever heard me speak and sell from stage, yeah, she did come up. She's like, they pay you for that? They do, Mom.
Oh, we have some amazing guests on our show today. Colleen Odegaard is one of my Instagram friends that I have been following for the last couple of months. And I have sent my gratitude journal to her 2 times and it still hasn't gotten to her.
But I'm grateful for your attempts, Tina. I'm very grateful. I don't know what had happened. I don't know what's going on.
I told her, I said, somebody does not want you to have this journal.
Where do you live, Colleen?
In Charlotte.
In Charlotte. So It didn't have to go across a border, or
I might as well just drive it to her house and hand deliver it to her next time.
But I appreciate the sentiment. Yes. Tina and I, there goes my dog. Tina and I met on Instagram. I'm kind of, you know, you were joking about the Pinterest stuff, right? So I am sort of a late bloomer with all the social media, but I actually kind of enjoy Instagram. It's sort of fun. And that's how I got to meet Tina. We just started chatting that way, and I like what she's about.
So I think it was one time she was doing an Instagram live in her rollers. And she was talking about hair rollers. And I was like, oh, look at this girl being so authentic and true. And I started commenting, and she was talking about gratitude. And I was like, oh, she's talking my language. And I was like, oh, I'm the gratitude specialist at it. And then we just kind of talked back and forth. But she's such an authentic person. That's what attracted me to her, is that she was on Instagram Live with no makeup and hair and rollers.
Yeah, I can explain the Velcro rollers if you would like me to do that.
Sure.
Yeah, I can explain how that.
She's like, I can explain myself.
No, I get. Well, it's so I host a show on WCNC Charlotte It's called Charlotte Today. We're on live at 11 a.m. Although since pandemic, we've been recording the show ahead of time. And when I drive, so I have to get camera ready every day. And Zondra, we were joking about before the Zoom call, Zondra's like, I had to put my makeup on and get all dressed up for this today.
Camera ready.
I feel it. So I have to do that every day, right? So my hair is very fine, and I wear Velcro rollers in my hair because it gives me a little more volume. And the longer they stay in, the more voluminous my hair is. So I found that when I would like put them in and drive to work that way, it was better. So I would take my kids through the carpool line with a big head of Velcro rollers.
I'm sure they love that.
Yeah. They used to be embarrassed, and then they were like, that's just, I mean, everyone was used to seeing me that way. So some of my friends thought that was kind of funny. And I, again, like I said, it was something I was doing. So it wasn't contrived. I really was doing that. Well, in the meantime, I was my bosses at the TV station were sort of on me to be more engaged in social media because I have resisted it for so long. It's not really my jam. I don't love it. And so I thought, well, how can I post something that would be helpful, either helpful, entertaining, interesting, unique, and true to me? Because I'm not the chick who's going to go like, should I wear this dress or this dress on TV? I would never ask that question. So one day I pull into the parking lot, TV station, and I have Velcro rollers in my hair. It's a Monday morning. And I look at what I'm wearing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wore this dress to church yesterday. I'm wearing the same dress 2 days in a row. I didn't wash it. And I had these curlers in my hair. So I turned on my phone on my camera and I recorded myself. And I thought, oh, I'll call it Curler Confessions. And that's how that was born. So then that became sort of a social media series of videos I did. And then it started airing on the morning news once a week. And I hosted a couple of live events, Curler Confessions Live. I thought, I'll just sell some tickets and see what happens. I thought 30 people would show up. We sold out both in a day to hundreds of people. So it was, I think that my point in sharing that with you is to say that I think people were craving sort of a real.
They are.
I think it's just easy to look on social media or see, like, it'd be easy outside looking in to think that I have some kind of a glamorous life because
this perfect life, right?
So how often do you do Curler Confessions?
Well, I was doing them weekly on the morning news, and then the pandemic hit, and then not so much anymore. So really I've evolved Curler Confessions really into what my podcast is, which I can talk about a little bit later if you want me to. It's called Wake Up to Your Life, and it's really evolved into that. So, but that was, I think, what Tina saw was one of the videos I've done.
But it is true. And that's why Angel and I started the morning show, is to bring people that connection again and that realness. And that's why when so many people come on and they're like, oh my God, it's a TV show. And I'm like, really? It's very casual. We giggle, we laugh, we cry sometimes. It's just, we have a lot of fun. And
it's more those conversations that you don't typically have on stage or when you're on camera. I mean, it's sometimes a little bit more like behind the scenes of what do we really talk about? What are we really dealing with and going through right now? And we started it right as the pandemic started, thinking this would be 2 or 3 weeks of broadcasting just to stay connected to everybody. Because as we're losing our stages and we're losing all of our live events, the people who were attending were missing out also. Yeah. So let's all come together and just respond to that. And then Zondra came along and she's like, girls,
we could take this big. We can get you on. How many channels are we going to be on now, Zondra?
7.
Seven different channels.
I was saying to Zondra, I'm like, we're not going to do it for very long, right? It's only going to be a couple weeks.
And she's like, oh no.
3 or 4 weeks, we'll be done.
Can I ask you this? Are your viewers, are they entrepreneurs? Is it female entrepreneurs? Is that who your
I mean, a lot of them are female entrepreneurs, but we have some men out there watching us on a daily basis.
Yeah, and we met on the show.
Yeah,
it's not a girl thing. It's not a girl thing. It's just people.
But both Angel and I, our audience are entrepreneurs.
Right.
And,
I asked that just because if I'm going to be here as your guest, I want to just offer something that is helpful to people who are in that space. But, you're talking about the authenticity, right? I think that even applies it especially applies to entrepreneurs because, and Angel, you know a whole lot more about this than I do, but entrepreneurship can be a very lonely road at times. You know, especially if you're just starting out and you're a small business and you can feel like you're very alone in it.
Well, Angel doesn't have a business. You know,
I don't have one. I've only ran it for, you know,
She
12
just
years.
talks about it.
Yeah.
It's all her husband.
No business, yeah, but it can be a very lonely thing, especially when you're first starting out and you're by yourself, and it's easy to see things on social media, on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, and to think like, oh my gosh, like, you know, that chick is killing it, or that guy's crushing it, and oh my gosh, and now he's speaking here, and she's doing this, and then it makes you feel losery if you're not having that experience. And so that's why I think that lifting the veil to say, no, like, it's hard work, and that was my intention with the Curler Confessions, and even with my podcast and my coaching business, which is to tell people it, you know, you have to, we all know this, but we forget it. We need to be reminded, and you've heard it before, but when you're comparing your insides with someone else's bright, shiny outside, you will always lose. You will always feel less than. So it's really taking a moment to be mindful of what it is that you're seeing and saying, okay, you know, she's showing you the final product. Like,
Exactly.
here's my best-selling book, and here's my this, right? But there was a lot that it took to get there. And so that's
a lot of tears and crying, and, you know, yes.
That's my encouragement to entrepreneurs, though, is to remember that if it's possible for someone else, it's possible for you too, and to believe that, and to not be so discouraged by what you see on social media. So that's why I think when you can create communities and spaces where you can be real with each other and say, girl, let me just tell you, like, I almost pulled the towel. Like, I almost, you know, I can't even tell you how many times, like, I've almost pulled the plug on this whole coaching thing. Like, oh, I should just do this, and I should just stay small.
Who am I to start coaching somebody?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Who am I? I wear the same clothes 2 days in a row, and I wear curlers in my hair. Who the hell am I?
It looks like Michelle is able to pop in and join us. Hey, Michelle, welcome.
Hey, Michelle.
I am so excited. I was like, I'm listening, like, I'm here.
I'm here. And where are you here from, Michelle?
I am in Tennessee.
I heard that Tennessee accent over there.
Yes, all the Southern stuff over here. Everybody's like, I love your accent. I'm like, I love yours.
Well, I love it. Have you always lived in Tennessee?
Yes, for the most part. Like, once I lived in South Dakota, but for the most part, I've lived here my whole life. I love it.
Wait, people live in South Dakota?
I'm not sure. I mean, it was so cold. Halloween, it was like -10, and you're like, like, candy is not that important. Okay, like, I was like a sophomore in high school, and it was rough. It was cold. It was really cold.
Yeah, -10. That's not for me. That is not for me.
And Zondra, tell everybody where you're coming in from.
Well, I am coming in from the Big D, Dallas, Texas. Everything big in Dallas.
Everything's big in Dallas, even the Zondra TV network.
Even ZTV network.
Yes.
So, Zondra, give us a little background since you're our sponsor of the show. Tell people a little bit about the Zondra TV network. Well,
thank you. After 40 years in corporate America, I came out to be an entrepreneur, and I think I'm a serial entrepreneur, because even in corporate, I always had a side hustle. You know, the side hustle when you're
those side gigs that we have.
You know, a little side thing. But came out and just have a passion for small business entrepreneurs. And so when I was offered my first channel on streaming, I said yes. And I was like, I said yes, and I have 2 episodes. I think that's not going to work very well. So we started to put everything together, and one network after the next started to come after me, that we're now on 7 different streaming platforms. And what we do is we showcase small businesses locally, nationally, and globally on TV. And it's affordable for small business. I have a heart for small business. I want to make it where you can scan and, you know, grow and scale your business sitting right in your, you know, entrepreneurial palace, which is oftentimes your home office. So I believe that is real. And so that's kind of been our success. And then I host an unscripted talk show called Fireside Chat with Zondra, where we talk about real life topics, not Hollywood.
Not Hollywood, behind the scene topics.
Yeah, and today is a big day. So Angel and Tina, today is a big day because look like we will be signing a contract for another network. So
Angel and Tina Morning Show are going global.
All right, got another press release gonna have to put out for Zondra.
Yeah, right.
You do have to put out this press release, so I'm just saying.
Oh, every
Zondra,
week.
you're on some major networks: Apple TV, Roku, Hulu, Comcast.
Hulu. I ain't on Hulu. Let me say what I'm on. 3 Roku channels: Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Chromecast, Google Play, and soon to be another network. So
coming soon.
So I'm excited about it. But I'm so excited about being the sponsor and the producer for y'all's show, because to me, it gives entrepreneurs an understanding that it doesn't have to be extremely perfect, and that you all really were the business first responders when it comes to being able to create a tribe of people and encourage them in the midst of a pandemic. So I'm proud of you all. Thank you so much for believing in me all this time, and for coming to the network. We're excited.
We so love you.
Honored.
Yes, we're definitely honored and so excited, because we, like Angel said, we were going to just do this really quickly. We started the Connect Summit, which is tomorrow, Connect 5 Summit from 12 to 6 tomorrow Eastern time. And with our energy and our personalities, everybody's like, oh, you guys should start a morning show. And so we went on live Facebook, and we decided right there on live Facebook to do a morning show, what time we were going to do it, when we were going to do it. And we started it that next Monday.
Yeah, Colleen, like totally unscripted, right? Bringing on guests, that behind the scenes, just having coffee in the morning, doing live, not all produced.
And this is our 56th episode. We have done it for 3 months. We've had some major, somebody's husband, no, not husband. Les Brown was on our show. Sharon Lecter was on our show. Taylor Thompson was on our show. Larry Thompson. I mean, we have some big names on our shows.
That's awesome.
It's people wanting to stay connected, right? Because we can do it from wherever we are, right? We're all stuck at home or wherever we're at. Can't get together in a studio. We can't travel, can't meet in person. And yet we've been able to stay connected and add value and to share life together throughout all of this. And so now things are starting to open up. Colleen, are you going back into the studios again or no?
Don't know when yet.
No.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah. Because I think Charlotte just got another big hit this week.
Yeah, Florida did too, because we were supposed to come to Florida next month. So my girls are here. They work at Disney. And so they're getting ready to go back to work. So they've been here, and we were going to go down there for an event, and I don't think it's going to fly. I just think it's too risky to pull that together.
I think all the states that opened up too soon, they're getting that next hit now.
Yeah, because we're hit hard. We are hit hard.
Michelle, are you out and about? What are you doing?
I work from home all the time anyway, so it really didn't, other than my kid not going to school and then having both of them versus one, I'm already here, so it really didn't hurt me.
Your parents count that as working?
What?
From home?
Yeah,
You missed it. My mom's like, what do you do?
Michelle, does your mom and dad know what you do, or do they think that you really don't have a job?
Oh, well, honestly, I don't know what anybody thinks I actually do. I really think that they think I get to sit in this office and do nothing. It's just fun stuff.
And the money just rolls in, right? The money just rolls in for you doing nothing.
Yeah. My mom told me last week, she's like, I want a job like you. And I'm like, I'm not sure you quite comprehend what it is that I do, but hey, I will help you if you want to put in the work. I will definitely help you. And she's like, well, it doesn't seem like it's that hard. Well,
You're like, yeah, it's not that hard. I just sit here and do nothing all day.
I just, that's all we
And I
do.
travel the world and not have to do nothing.
I just get on planes. I go speak on stages and come back and sit in this office and smile and the checks roll in. That's what happens.
Just
The
play on
money just
Pinterest.
comes.
Just play on Pinterest all day.
Yeah, that's it. That's what she thinks. I really do believe she thinks that.
Yeah, my mom, you missed it. My mom was here this weekend and she's like, so what did you do? Right. And somebody had asked her because she was saying something about small business. Well, has she even ever had a small business? And my mom said, well, she talks about it. Okay, Mom. It's all good, Mom. You're so pretty.
You're so pretty.
I love you
I
so
was
much.
telling my roommate the other day, I said, if I ever tell her you're so pretty, you know that means that. What that means, that's another like, oh, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. I was going to say that.
That's it. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. And you walk away and you're like, did you
Okay. Okay, so what exciting projects have you gals been working on during this pandemic? We'll start with you, Miss Michelle. What have you been working on during this time, or what's coming out of this for you?
So much. I work, I have my own business, and then I help other people more or less create community and culture, and then I work for the Higdon Group, and I have
I love Ray and Jessica.
Oh, they are.
They're on my list to get on our show, Michelle. So maybe I can have you, put a
Yes,
little.
I can. I was talking to Ray this morning. We have something coming up tomorrow, and it's going to be crazy, but we're all in this mode of, it's been like, for a lot of people, I think it's been Netflix and just, you're home. But for us and what we do, more people are online than ever. And so we're having to buckle down and put more like valuable content out. And we're having to, show up bigger for those people, just like you guys said. It's about that connection. That's what people want. And when they can't leave, well, they've got to have something. And that we try to show up for them. And so anyway, long story short, I've been doing a lot with the She Network and Taylor Thompson. I just done a training for her last Saturday around culture and stuff. And she and I love her dearly. I met her at one of Ray and Jessica's events, and she has just inspired me to, if there is a way for me to do more, I'm doing more. And I just love her so much for that. And when Tina asked me if I would do this, I was like, and she was like, I interviewed Taylor, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, all right, I'm in.
Yes.
I'm so in, because I know that this has to be something like amazing, or Taylor wouldn't be here. So I am honored to be on here with you guys.
Oh,
well, let me read your bio really quick so people know a little bit more about you, Michelle. Michelle Eldridge is a force to be reckoned with. A mere 8 years ago, she was homeless and addicted to drugs, and today she's being asked to speak on stages to share her story and inspire others. She found this profession as a mom of two on her own, broke, no savings, no car, no job. Fast forward to now, she's a leader, a speaker, a friend to many. Her children have a completely different life, and the cycle has been broken. Michelle believes that being herself is what has got her to where she is today. And she says, your biggest gift is there is no one else like you, no one that has your vibe and your energy, and the world needs you. So that's pretty transformational, Michelle.
wow, right?
It is.
It's been insane. I've only been in the entrepreneur space like since 2017, September, in fact. And I couldn't get a job. It doesn't matter. When you have a record, it had been 6 years and I still couldn't get a job, but really, I could have, even if I didn't have a car, a babysitter, there I was. So this industry really makes it so that anybody, literally anyone,
no matter what situation you're in.
Exactly. If you're willing to do the work, that's it. Oh, you're muted, Angel.
You're muted, Angel.
I'm muted because my husband's opening up some plastic something in the kitchen. I can totally hear it. So I'm muting myself. Okay, so Michelle, what are you doing? What industry are you in? Because none of us know.
Okay, so I'm not going to say obviously the name, but I'm in network marketing, direct sales, etc. That's kind of where I live. And I was really against that kind of thing, if I'm being honest, when I first thought, well, could I do something from home? And, I looked until I found something that was me, or actually wasn't me at all, but thought I could make it work. But I ended up selling my kids' toys to even, literally on Facebook, posting them to get $200 to even start. And my lights were fixing to be cut off. I could have used that money for that. I was really taking some serious chances when I decided to do this, because I didn't have friends or family. A lot of times you hear network marketers or direct sales people like that. It's contact your friends and family. You do this.
Those are the ones that tell right off the bat. You're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to go ask all my friends and family first. So I mean, all the no's.
Ask, but they're not gonna. Even if I did, I wouldn't have wanted to. You know what I mean? I just knew that if I could learn, and I knew that if I used social media, that I could meet anybody, and I could. If I showed up as myself from the beginning, no matter what, that it would work out. And from the very beginning, I told people, this is who I am. We can learn together. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. And now we have a life that was a fairy tale to me when I was a kid growing up, And I love what was said earlier. It was they think it's all perfect and it's just easy, and you have this perfect glamorous life. And really, you're determined no matter what. There is no if game. It's not quitting is not an option. And I call it the gift of desperation for me. They say, what is it? Pain will push you till vision pulls you. That's exactly what happened to me. Pain pulled me. I was desperate. I was going to make it work no matter what, because I didn't have an option. And I grew to love it. I grew to love seeing these other women just so happy about what they could do, even if it was, some of them don't even care if they make money or not. They just want to have friends. They're not used to having women that.
It's a different kind of tribe, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what it's about, though. It's about that connection. It all goes back to that. And women, a lot of times, I feel like, especially growing up, in high school, that's what we have to think back to. And girls are mean. In high school, girls are mean. And then you just okay, well, you don't trust this, or this. And you have this.
You don't trust anyone.
Vision. Yeah. You have this stereotypical, oh, well, she looks like that, so can't be friends with her, and it's just not the case. And in my world, all that goes away. It doesn't matter. If you're human and your heart beats, you can sit with us. And we're like this big pack of, people who feel like we're the outsiders or the underdogs or whatever. And we root for each other and we rise together. And it's kind of the best thing I've ever done in my life, besides having my kids.
I love that. Angel, you're muted again, Angel.
I should go shut the door, but it's all right. He's being quieter now, right? I get so distracted, right? These are one of those work from home,
are you
right?
serious?
Yes, right? One work from home studio things, right? But it's okay. It's okay because we make it work, right?
It is.
Real life. It's what's really happening. my kids are here, my whole family's home, right? With
Same.
dogs walking around in the background. It's like, this is
I know I was doing a webinar on Friday and it was a live webinar and my dog started barking and I'm like, shh.
sometimes I'll send him a text and it says, shh. Right? Because and you and right,
I don't hear
it.
nothing.
I don't think you all can hear it, but it gets distracting.
It's distracting for you.
I can hear it. So anyways, let's get to know. I'm going to read Colleen's bio a little bit so you can hear all about how fabulous she is as a guest here on our morning show. She's an Emmy award-winning.
Oh, you better say that word.
Sorry. Emmy award-winning. We'll just lead with that. Emmy award-winning broadcast journalist, TV host, certified life coach, and the host of the Wake Up to Your Life podcast. She wants us all to stop living on autopilot and wake up to create richer, fuller lives through self-awareness and mindfulness. Colleen relates to her clients and listeners with her personal stories, a sense of humor, and practical steps we can all take to create positive changes in our lives. Colleen is a recipient of the Dr. Maya Angelou Women Who Lead Excellence Award for her contributions to her profession and community. And she's been given the Career Mastered Women's Leadership in Action Award for her leadership and service. She's a wife, a mother, two teenage boys, and a spoiled, rotten golden doodle named Callie. I love that.
And we've seen Callie earlier. So, Angel, did you know that Colleen is from San Jose?
Oh, me too.
Right?
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
from San Diego. I was like, oh, look at her. So I was like, I wonder why she calls her dog Callie. So I dug a little deeper. I said, now I know. Because we're all Cali. Well, 3 of us are Cali girls here.
Well, wait a minute. San Jose? Really?
Yeah.
I lived in San Jose like for 30 years.
Did you really? Oh my gosh.
I worked for Intel.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I grew up in San Jose. My parents are still there. I went to San Jose State University. Yes.
Get out.
Wow. Look at the connections. Look at the fabulous connections. Well, I was born there. My dad was in the Navy. And so we traveled a lot.
That's why I was in San Diego. My dad was in the Navy.
Love California. Yes. My dog's name is short for California.
I love it. Yes. So, I mean, I know you've been pivoting a lot. Things have shifted for you during this pandemic. How has that changed? How has that changed doing broadcasting from home?
Yeah, it's weird. Before I answer that, I just want to quickly thank Michelle for sharing. Michelle, you're remarkable. What a story. Really, really awesome. Thank you for what you said. It was beautiful. And
Thank you.
It's really great. Yeah, I love what you said. Angel, to answer that question, yeah, for TV, it's been weird because you're looking at the set. This is my living room, the one clean area of my house.
And we know it's not a virtual scene because we saw the puppy walking around.
Right? No, this is my house. And so we've been doing our show this way. So yes, we've had to, the TV station, WCNC, has done an amazing job of giving all the talent the support that they need, just technically speaking. And we've been broadcasting this way. So that's been interesting. Yeah.
I love that. But when we do these, it's so fun to see people's, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of nosy. I'm like, oh, look at their stuff in the background. Oh, look at that. Oh. You start seeing how they're living, where they're at in their own office, what's behind them.
It's funny that you say that. There's one day my son Alden set up a tent over, like behind that chair you see behind me, there was a tent. And I was too late. It was kind of an ordeal to break it down. So I just left it, right? And I did the top of the show that way. And my co-hosts are like, what's behind you? I'm like, oh, it's a tent, whatever. Well, don't you know that clip ended up on John Oliver's show on HBO where he does a segment called What's Behind You? Oh. And I don't know how they find these things, but they must have a team of producers, like a team of Zondras.
Right.
Through segments.
I have one. Here's a 10.
And it was funny. And so I was getting texts from people all over the country, like, I just saw you on John Oliver's show. So yes, I think people do like that sort of behind the scenes, like, ooh,
Yeah.
Right? I like that thing in the background. And oh, look at that.
A weekend, not yesterday, but the previous weekend, we had somebody come and she's like, Angel, I want to do this setup where you broadcast the morning show. I'm like, well, it's not really a setup. She goes, well, no, I've seen you in your living room. So she had seen, remember when we did the whole Connect Summit?
That was the first one that we did, and we did all the behind the scenes photos.
Yeah. So she's like, I want to do it there. Well, when she said that, there was a train track in my living room where all of that. So I'm texting Jay. I'm like, okay, so she's coming to the house and she wants to do the whole setup. So you got to move the train, which was so sad. So we had to take pictures of the train set. So because like this is where life is happening, right in the middle of where everything else is
yeah,
going on.
You pretty much took over your whole living room that weekend.
I did, but I had to move it. I had to move it out of the living room because yeah, we have family here and they're trying to live a life and it's noisy, right? I don't want
and you're not doing nothing really, so.
And I'm here all day long, right? So I can't consume the living room every single day, all day long.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing. I know, it's so funny. But I almost thought, Colleen, you were going to say, so here's the tent behind us and I'm doing this broadcast and out pops my son because he'd been in there the whole time. But no, it just ended up.
That would have been good.
This is a fabric background. And it's my husband's desk that's behind it. Well, it's dark over there. So yeah, so
we always talk about him and sometimes he'll go,
he's the man behind the curtain, right? And so he'll be back there doing what he's doing. And when the streaming gets wonky, Tina says, is Jay uploading videos? Is Jay doing stuff? And he'll like, no, oh, sorry, I'll stop. So yeah, he's often the man behind the curtain. But I love the idea, right? That we just make it work, right? Yeah. Using what we have.
And we're able to get, like, you're invited into their home almost. You get to see their real life. Yeah. Colleen, you mentioned something about you having a podcast, Wake Up to Your Life. Tell us more.
Thank you, Tina, for asking about that. Yeah, that's my baby. That's my baby. It was like a gestation period of about 3 years. So a long birthing process. But yeah.
And it took having the pandemic to birth it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It was finally, I just realized like it's either now or it's never going to happen. And really to not let perfect get in the way of good enough. I think I was so worried about creating something that would be valuable content and thinking, oh, I got to do it just right. And it has to be so perfect. And I thought that is getting in the way of me taking any kind of an action and doing anything. So I just kept telling myself, don't let perfect get in the way of good enough. And by golly, it ain't perfect. I can tell you that much, but it's, I record it here in my house but with the purpose of the podcast, Wake Up to Your Life, and Angel mentioned this when she was introducing me, saying that, I have this notion that so many of us are living on autopilot, that we are literally sleepwalking through our lives. And, a year, 5 years, 10 years can go by and you're thinking like, is this all there is? Like, this is it? I thought there would be more, I would experience more, it would be richer, whether that's deeper connections with other women or a romantic relationship or a better relationship with your kids, a different career, creating something, whatever it is, right? That we would have richer experiences. So I talk about how I've kind of coached myself through that because I have lived on autopilot for many, many years, hiding really, to be quite, which sounds ironic given I have this public career, but really have been staying small and hiding. So I talk about how I've been doing that, hiding in a sea of drinking another glass of wine or binge eating or, binge watching Netflix, not going out and creating what I wanted to do. So this podcast is in part that, and it's walking other people through ways you can do that, ways you can get in touch with the stuff that lights you up and brings you energy and do more of what it is that you want to do. And it may have to do with career, but it may not. It may just be, you want to learn to play the guitar. Well, then by golly, you should do it. It doesn't have to make you money necessarily.
And you do play the guitar.
Very badly, but I try. It's fun.
So she was creating a song for, what was the song for?
I put two, they're on Instagram. I wrote one song called Going Gray.
Yes, Going Gray with.
Yeah, because, we're all going gray because we couldn't go to the salon. We can now, but
yes.
And then another one with one of my colleagues. He is one of the meteorologists at the TV station. His name is Chris Mulcahy. We wrote a song called Hey You, and it's a duet. And You can find that on Instagram. But I will say, and my name is very hard to spell. It's Colleen_Odegaard. Go to Tina's Instagram and you can find me that way. Colleen_Odegaard. But the Wake Up to Your Life podcast is on any platform. You can subscribe to it for free wherever you listen to podcasts. And it is really, my offering it is my heart to be able to help people get out of the, shut off that inner critic that tells you you can't start your own business, or that tells you you're too fat to take pictures for your website. I got to lose 10 pounds first. The thing that tells you you'll never make any money, the thing that tells you you'll never find love, you'll never fall in love again. This is what I'm stuck with. It's learning how to shut that off and really dare to believe something different about yourself. Because if you want to change your life, you have to change what you think in here. It is the honest to goodness truth. I know that. I mean, it gives me goosebumps as I say it, because I know that it's true. So that is what the podcast is intending to do. And I'm grateful to anybody, for listening. But it's not.
I love that.
It's all about people to listen for their sake. That's what I want people to listen.
It really is, because it's all about being authentic. I mean, we all see the fakeness on Facebook, right? Like you only show the real part of it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to show you and your husband fighting, or you yelling at the kids, or the way you look behind the selfie without the filter. Yeah. But then you see that people are real and they have real lives. And a lot of our guests for the last 3 months have turned their trials into triumphs. And we've heard it over and over and over again of how they went from here and turned it into here.
Yeah. And you can do that. And I know it's possible if you're willing to do the work.
Yeah.
Right. And
and it all starts with your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You have to shift. One thing I loved about Colleen is she is very real on her Instagram. And her and I keep saying, oh my God, we're gonna, once we be able to meet in person, we're gonna have a long laugh. But she went live having her husband pluck her eyebrows.
Again, she was risky business for her.
And he was like, where do I pluck? And she was like, well, all these places right here. And he was like, I don't see it. And she was.
He didn't.
Your husband plucked your eyebrows.
He did. Well, so I have a problem, because this was, again, early in the pandemic when I couldn't get to the salon to get them waxed.
She has your problem, Angel.
I can't see unless I have my dollar store reading glasses on. Right? Yes. And then I can't get in there and pluck. So I said to him, will you please just do it? You just got to clean it up in here. He was like, this is gross. I don't even know what I'm doing. And I still have eyebrows. I have to fill them in a little bit, but I still.
And then he asked her, do you want me to pluck the gray ones too? And it was all online. I was dying, like by myself. I'm sitting there watching it, and I was over there cracking up.
Totally called me out.
Funniest thing. I'm sure she's gotten 1 million views on it, but it was, it's those things that we have to do since we've been in the pandemic that our husbands, or your husbands, because I'm not married.
Jay was Dremel tooling. He had a little Dremel tool, and he was filing down my nails for me because they were growing out, but they were hanging on. The acrylic was still hanging on. So he was filing my nails for me, and he'd like everyone we'd like check. I'm like, you're doing good, honey. You're doing good.
That's
and
love.
So then he let me cut his hair because it was so long. It really looked like we had like sheared a sheep or something. Yeah. There was a lot of fuzz on the ground. It was pretty funny, but things that we had to do to get through these times. That I love that. I bet that was. Yeah. I think that would have been hysterical. So I haven't had my eyebrows done yet. I haven't done a whole lot of outings yet.
Right. But I think she's afraid to go out.
The grooming's at a minimum here. Like
it is very much so. Very much so.
You see all the El Natural stuff coming out in these last 90 days for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's get to know Zondra. Let me read her bio and get to know her just a little bit better. Zondra has over 40 years of corporate experience. She's the founder, talk show host, and award-winning executive producer of Real Biz Talk with Zondra on Roku, Amazon Fire, BizVod, and more. She's been a public speaker for many decades, is captivating, compelling force on the platform, arming her audiences with current, creative, and practical ideas for increasing leadership skills, business development, and personal growth. She's the author of The Power of Investing in You, and she lives this out in every aspect of her life. She now produces the Zondra TV network, designed specifically for small businesses, entrepreneurs, and solopreneurs. And it has a distribution potential of over 150 million viewers. And when we talk to Zondra, our favorite D word is distribution.
Yes.
Because as a small business owner, you're creating all of this content, but if you don't have distribution, you are missing out. And Zondra, I just love what you are doing for small businesses.
Well, I thank you. Every time I hear somebody read my bio, I go, who me? No.
Who's that? Do we have another guest here?
Really? Did that really go down like that? Well, thank you again for being, having me here this morning. It is just an amazing journey, but Colleen, I really love what you said, because it hasn't gone without challenge. And I could have gave up many a days, correct, Angel? Many of days I could have given up. But you know what? You just have to persevere and just continue to just move forward, knowing that the vision is greater than you, and the greater good for the universe, and how you are able to do that through being what I consider to be obedient. And so I've been obedient to the call, and I've just, created something fabulous. And it's like, every time the phone rings, I go like, for real? When Comcast called, I was like, for real? Y'all want me regionally?
Is this happening?
Is this really happening? I mean, so I think every time the phone rings, even with this new deal that we're getting ready to probably sign off on by the end of this week, they came for me. And I was like, you came for me?
Are you wanting awesome. Zondra Evans though?
Right.
You have the right one?
I know. And I think during this pandemic, I think a lot of people seized up. And I just want to encourage the people that are viewing, don't seize up and stop investing in the most valuable asset and resource, which is you. You don't seize up. Keep moving forward. There's so much power in forward movement. And you know what? It's okay to shoulder up and ask for people, to support you. I think that we as women especially kind of don't want to, pull the veil off. Like, really? We all have challenges, and we're stronger in some areas than others. And so it's okay to ask for support. I think people would be more than willing to help. And then the other piece of it is on Friday, we signed another contract for another producer. And so even in the midst of this pandemic, producers are coming. I've signed contract with, it'll be 11 total producers since the pandemic that want to bring their message to bear and put it on a global platform so that they could kind of drive business differentially to TV. That is what really is going to raise you above the white noise that's on social platform, is that you are on streaming TV, the way people are ingesting information today. So I'm excited. I'm humbled by the experience. And the incubator has started. So, we're in month 3 of the incubator that lasts for a year. And the producers are learning so much.
Yes.
And I'm so excited. I think we're going to have a shopping network. So one of the producers have come forward for a shopping network. So we're excited about that, because I think that's going to actually truly change the landscape of Zondra TV network. So thank y'all for having me. Thank you for coming to the network, Angel and Tina. I'm excited. I love y'all.
Well,
you're so energetic, and we just love having you. Like, no matter what, you and I are like we're the troublemakers in the back of the room.
You've just been so innovative, Zondra, and able to pivot, to shift forward, to figure out what can we do? How can we elevate? What can we do? Rather than sit back and, wonder, worry, and wait. You have always been open-minded to to think about what's possible. You're such a big dreamer. And I think those that are around you want to dream even bigger, and to have the distribution to make it possible. It's just a beautiful little package. It's just a beautiful, beautiful little package. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I love it. Well, ladies, this has been a fabulous way to start our week. We say that the morning show is the bright start to your day, but being on Monday morning, this is the bright start to our week. So we kicked it off and set the tone and the energy for what we're going to accomplish this week. It has been interesting, trying to make plans, right? Is it opening? Is it closing? Is it opening? Is it not? And I think for those of us who are schedulers and planners, it has been, we've just had to be a little bit
we
more.
We need to start writing things in pencil, is what we have learned in the last 90 days.
Right, and our wall calendar.
Our wall calendars are getting crossed off more and more.
Yes. 38 events that I counted it the other day. We've had 38 events get canceled or postponed, but we've shifted and we've pivoted, and we're making things work. Well, we are want to remind you that our Connect Summit, the 5th Connect Summit, is happening tomorrow from 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Would love to see you hang out with us if you want to connect with health, wealth, technology, finances, just humans, right? And have a great time doing it. Sharon Lecter is our keynote speaker for tomorrow. We've got an incredible lineup of guests coming on all throughout the day. It's Connect Summit 5. Make sure you get your free tickets, complimentary tickets, to hang out with us. And we can't wait to just pour into you even more tomorrow.
I love it. I love it. Do you have anything to give away to our viewers today?
Well, if you want more media exposure, we did just start a brand new Facebook group, being Media Matchmaker. You can find us. It's a Facebook group called Need a Guest. So if you've got stages and you need guests, we're going to matchmake and bring you guys together. So if you've got podcasts, summits, webinars, you're looking for interviewees, or you're looking for those stages, we want to have that matchmaking site. So you can find us on needaguest.com or on Facebook groups, Need a Guest, and love for you to check that out.
I love it. I love it. I cannot wait for tomorrow, Connect Summit. I can't believe it's the Connect Summit 5. We have done 4 of these in the last 90 days. 4. And tomorrow is going to be a long day, but we are ready. We're going to have our coffee ready, and we are going to go until 6:30 tomorrow night Eastern time. I'm Tina Torres, the client retention expert and gratitude specialist, where I help you create clients for a lifetime, build those relationships that matter, connect with your clients, truly, honestly connect them, build that KLT factor, turn those clients into raving fans and referral partners, and increase your cash flow all at the same time. And you can get your free 7 ways to increase your cash flow. And you text the word connection to 26786. That's the word connection to 26786. We appreciate you guys being here on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we will see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.